Hi, everyone. My name is Brooke. I'm the student recruitment manager at Railroads University, located in Victoria, BC. And I want to thank you for joining my presentation. I'm just going to quickly share my screen so that we can start the presentation. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat and I will address the questions at the end of my presentation. So I want to acknowledge that Railroads, we live, learn, and work on the traditional lands of the Esquimalt and Songhees families, and we're really blessed to be able to do that. Today, we're going to just quickly go over what's the Railroads University experience, a quick program overview, application process, and then any questions you may have. So Victoria, we're actually located on Vancouver Island. The island is similar in size to the Netherlands or to Taiwan. So it's actually quite big. Canada, I actually think we're 38 million recently, but big countries, pretty small population. And Victoria is the capital city of British Columbia. And we would be classified as a smaller city. We're quite close to Vancouver in Canada and also Seattle in the US. And you would get here by ferry or by plane. And a commercial flight is about 15 minutes to Vancouver from Victoria. So it's actually very close. The largest industries in this city are advanced technology, tourism, hospitality, and education. We are very proud to have pretty much the mildest weather in all of Canada. Winter is usually averages around 6 to 10 degrees. Occasionally it gets below zero. Once or twice it may snow, but not too frequently. And the summers are also pretty mild, 25, 28, 29 degrees. So it's quite comfortable. We are a very friendly place to live and work, and we really believe in work-life balance here. Here's just a little map for you to get an idea. So we are the west coast of Canada, and on that big little island. It's an absolutely, truly magnificent place to live, and particularly if you like outdoor activities, like kayaking and hiking. We have a ski hill here as well, so it's really lovely. Railroads is a public university, and we do offer quite a unique approach to learning. It's very personal. We help our students to gain applicable skills, to think about a sustainable future, and to really apply a change-making approach as leaders and innovators. And irregardless of which program you take, this is the approach that we have. We are an Ashoka U Changemaker campus, which I encourage you to look into. And because we're smaller, we really, our instructors, we say it's first names first. They do know your name, which is pretty special. The average class size is around 35, and that's for both undergraduate and graduate. And actually 70% of our students do study at the graduate level, which is different from most universities in Canada. This is just a really high-level overview of what we offer. These are the areas of study, so business, leadership, communication and culture, education and technology, environment, executive education, humanitarian studies, tourism, interdisciplinary studies, and general studies. Those that I have bolded are areas of study that have on-campus programs. In case you're solely interested in studying on campus, we do offer many programs in a blended or online format. We offer undergraduate degrees, master's degrees, doctoral degrees. We also have short-term programs if you want to improve your English or have a different kind of experience. And as I mentioned, we do teach on campus, we teach fully online, and we also teach a blended level of learning. What type of student enjoys and has success at Railroads? people that are curious and passionate, people that do want to make a positive impact on society, people who are looking for a program that will give them real world skills, people who want an experience that will help them in this constantly changing work environment that I think many of us have been experiencing, and ultimately people who are looking for something that's different. And I think that we all kind of have a bit of a curiosity about how we could do something that's different. There are 3 major points that you would enter our institution. So you could do your full 4-year undergraduate degree. You could transfer if you've already completed a diploma or 2 years or 60 credits of an undergraduate degree into the 3rd year. And then we offer several master's degrees. And these are all options for on-campus programs. For undergraduate degrees, this is just an overview of the structure. We mentioned that they are 4-year degrees, but in fact, you can finish them a bit sooner. Some of our programs in the 3rd or 4th year can be completed in 16 months, and some can even be completed in 12 months. So that does shorten the amount of time you're studying and allows you to get out there and start working and starting your career much sooner. The first year that we offer of undergrad is called international. It's like an international foundation program, and it helps provide you with academic success for your future studies. We have 3 programs: a Bachelor of Business Administration in Innovation and Sustainability, a Bachelor of Arts in Global Tourism Management, and a Bachelor of Arts in International Hotel Management. As I mentioned, one of the largest industries in Greater Victoria is tourism and hospitality. We have a lot of cruise ships that come up through here, so it's a wonderful place to study tourism and hospitality. And for those that might have already completed a diploma, maybe an HND degree, or are in their 2nd year, 1st year of university and thinking they might want to transfer and finish their degree in their 3rd year, we do have several options. Our BA in Professional Communication, our Bachelor of Arts in Justice Studies, and our Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies can actually be completed in 12 months. So it's the same amount of courses and credits that you would normally do in 2 years, but it's just presented in an accelerated model. So it allows you to finish quickly. It's a lot of work, so it's not for the faint of heart. For graduate programs, I've just mainly highlighted those that are offered on campus. So we offer a Master of Arts in Environment and Management, and this is an 18-month program, and it starts every March. We have a Master of Arts in Global Leadership, and this is a 2-year program, and it starts in October of every year. It's for people who are kind of at that stage in their career where they're ready to take on leadership roles and to really create effective change in the world that's around them. We have a Master of Arts in Intercultural and International Communication, and this program starts every September. This is the only on-campus program that does not require work experience in order to qualify. We also have a Master of Arts in Tourism Management, fantastic program, lots of experiential learning and field trips and guest speakers. We have an MBA in Executive Management for those who might have like more management experience under their belt. And then we also have a Master of Global Management. This is offered 3 times per year in January, May, and September. It's 18 months. And it's kind of like an MBA a little bit with more of a global focus. It's quite a popular program. For those who don't meet our English language requirement, we do have programs that can help you get your English to the level in order to meet that requirement. You can also just take these programs if you want to come for 12 weeks and experience, learning on this island here and in a university. And this kind of shows how the pathway would work. The standard English language requirement is 6.5 IELTS. So that helps you to get there. Something that's really beneficial is not only learning, but being able to apply your learning and get some work experience here in Canada. So students who are in our degree programs would be eligible for off-campus work permits while they study, just for 20 hours per week and full-time during scheduled breaks. Currently, there is an exception that is allowing students to not have any limits on the number of hours they're working off campus, and that will expire at the end of next year. And then students will also be eligible to apply for a post-graduation work permit. And most of the programs I mentioned would be eligible for 3 years. And again, it allows you to go not only get academic experience, but also work experience. Tuition. So the approximate tuition per year for undergrad is about $22,000. This is Canadian per year. And for graduate programs, it's about 34,000 Canadian for the whole program tuition. We do have some scholarships and entrance awards. On average, 25% of our students receive around $1,500. And those are all listed on our website, and they do change sometimes. So it's important to take a look at those. How do you apply? You would apply online. On our website, each program lists in detail which documents to submit and what you are expected to include in those documents. And you would submit those, and then we would review your application. For our undergrad programs, we would require graduation from a recognized high school, and you would need to have a B average in 4 academic grade 12 courses. For our BBA, you would also need to have Math 12, and for the tourism or hospitality, you'd need Math 12 or Economics 12. For those math classes, you do not need a B, but you do need to pass. So when we look at your application, we will pick your best 4 academic subjects in order to get your highest GPA. And if you're transferring into the 3rd year of an undergrad program, you would have need to complete a 2-year diploma and a minimum of 60 credits with 24 second-year credits. And again, you would need a B average. Some of the programs do have some prerequisite courses, particularly our science programs. So it's important to check the website for those. For graduate programs, our master's mainly, you would need to have a 4-year comparable undergraduate degree, usually in a related field. Most of the programs require a B average in the last 2 years of that program. Some may require a 1st-year accounting or a 1st-year business course. As I mentioned earlier, almost all of our programs do require you to have some work or volunteer experience, some more than others. So it's important that we also include that. So for the English requirements, for the undergraduate degree, the 1st year, you would need IELTS 6.0 with 6.0 in writing and speaking and 5.5 in listening and reading or equivalent. And I've listed those others there. And for most of our other academic programs, this is an error here, you would need 6.5 with 6.5 in writing and speaking and 6.0 in listening and reading. And if you don't meet those English language requirements, you're always welcome to take an English program with Royal Roads to help you do that. We also work with different language schools here that you could also take the English course with. Something I didn't mention is this picture. This is called Hatley Castle, and this is on our campus, and you might recognize it. Some of the X-Men movies were filmed here, and Deadpool, and the campus is incredibly stunning. It's basically in an enchanted forest on the ocean, and so it's a really, really beautiful place to be. And I encourage you to visit the website and the YouTube channel and watch the tour. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So I will stop sharing and see if anybody has any questions. Oh, look, you do. How wonderful. Okay. Is there any scholarship for international students or financial aid? Yeah. So as I mentioned, we do have some awards. If you visit our website, let's see, maybe let me just find the site for you, and I can add it to the chat. And we do have something called entrance awards, and those are for students who have applied and they are now registered for a program, but they haven't started yet. And then we have in-course awards that are offered 4 times per year. Let's see where I can put this. Write your message here. I don't know if you guys can see this. There we go. Thank you, Tess. Okay, next question. Hello, I want to know the courses being offered. Oops, it's coming down. I want to know the courses being offered and the criteria for graduate admissions. So we do have, quite a number of master's programs, in terms of on-campus programs, as most international students are interested in those. I did mention them. So they're in the areas of business, leadership, communication and culture, environment and management, and also tourism. And in general, you need to have a 4-year or equivalent undergraduate degree with a B average in the last 2 years. And then depending on the program, you're going to need work experience. So the communication and culture program, you don't need any work experience, but some is helpful for your application. And our MBA in executive management, you need 7 years of work experience, including, I believe, 3 or 5 years of management experience. So it really depends on the program. Any scholarship, the one thing about Royal Roads, we don't have any sports teams. So sadly, we don't have anything to offer, specific to athletes. I can say that we have a really strong Master of Arts in Leadership program, and we do have former athletes actually take that program as they're looking to that next step in their career. I wonder, everybody's watching the World Cup. Speaking about athletes, Canada usually is not part of the World Cup, so it's a new thing for us over here. What kinds of experiential learning does Royal Roads offer? Great question. Many of the programs do offer internships or practicum. So the 3 undergrad programs that I mentioned, they all offer internships. And a lot of the master's programs do offer internships. In terms of other experiential learning opportunities, like we also have field trips, we have guest speakers. Some of the programs have field schools where you would kind of go together. The Master of Arts in Tourism Management program has an optional field trip, and they've gone to like England in the past and different kind of larger cities in Europe, and you go together with your classmates and your instructor, and it's like really good learning to look at different tourist destinations. Our BBA program at the undergrad level in the 3rd and 4th year is a really special experiential learning experience. It's called project-based learning. So every semester you'll actually be working with your fellow students and real local companies to solve real problems. So it's quite interesting and extremely experiential. Can undergraduate students participate in research opportunities? Sometimes there is some research that is available. And you would be doing research in some of your courses regardless. Does all courses qualify for co-op in master? So not all of the programs have an internship. So the MBA does not have an internship. And the tourism management has one, global management has one. I believe global leadership has one, but may not in the future. The thing I believe about internships and co-op is they're great for people who do not have a lot of work experience. We tend to get also more mature students in these programs who already have 10 plus years work experience. In that case, it's quite hard to find an internship that's truly beneficial to your level. And so sometimes doing a project or doing a thesis or taking more courses can be more beneficial to your learning. So it's something to consider when it comes to internships and co-op, but particularly if you don't have much work experience, it's an awesome thing to be able to do. Does CGPA can one have to be able to apply for a PhD program direct after undergraduate program? So we offer 2 doctorate programs, Doctorate of Social Sciences and Doctorate of Business Administration. They both require that you have completed a master's program. And I think most PhD and doctorate programs will require that you do an undergraduate degree, then a master's degree, and then your PhD. So you're going to have to take some more education before you can apply to that PhD program. Are there services that can help students find employment, build their resumes? Whew, great question. We do have a career services department, and they are there to help provide some assistance. We do have a career fair at the institution where we invite companies to come who are looking to employ students. For those at the master's level, many students take like an internship specific course that helps with resume writing and how to network and where to find jobs here, because it's obviously totally different. I know where people go to find jobs in Canada, but if I was in Mexico or Iran or Brazil, I wouldn't necessarily know. So we do absolutely provide some guidance and some support on that. Are the scholarships automatic? You have to apply for the scholarships. What kinds of activities are available for students? So we do have a student services department, and there are some clubs, though not tons of clubs, but there are activities that you can join, and they're a really lovely bunch. They have a great, let me see if I can find it, Instagram. They have a good Instagram account, Royal Roads University Student Services. And if you follow that account, then you can kind of see what they are up to. Here we go. I will plunk that. So this will give you an idea. Any tips on how to make your application more attractive as a graduate student? Yeah, I do. Number one, for us specifically, we list on our website on each program page. So when you're searching and you're like, oh, I'm interested in Master of Arts in Tourism Management, when you click that, you come to a program page. We have a section for application requirements and admission requirements. Follow that. Answer the questions people ask you to answer. Include the information that they're telling you to include. You'd be surprised how many people are not very good at following instructions. So that's number one. Number two, do not plagiarize. So if you want to include a quote from somebody or something you read somewhere else, just make sure to cite it, but try and, find your own words to express, why you think that you're a good fit for this program and how this is going to help you on your journey as you move forward. I believe be honest. I think honesty comes across really strong and authentic. And yeah, I think that is the best thing you can do to have a successful application. Don't exaggerate, don't lie. Can English attestment letter from undergraduate school waive IELTS? So we have a list of countries actually that do not need to submit an English score. I'm going to find that for you. And if you have completed a credential in any of those countries, then you don't need to submit, here it is, an English language score. Yeah. And if you do believe that your English is really great, you can request a waiver, and then you're going to have to explain why and write kind of a document on that and explain why your English requirement should be waived. And if you're doing that, you better make sure all of your documents that you're submitting are with the English grammar. Are there academic and mental health resources? Yes, there are. I'm going to find the student services site for everyone. There are actually lots of supports. So here's counseling, accessibility, and wellness. I'm going to share this as well. That's a great question. And it's really important these days. Is GRE a requirement? It is not a requirement for railroads. If you have a score and it's pretty good, it's not a bad idea to submit it. What's my favorite thing about railroads? I guess two things. I mean, it truly is a unique institution. The faculty truly do, and the staff really care about our students. Because we're smaller, we're really lucky, and we get to know our students maybe more than a larger university would. You know, we have around 5,000 students, but maybe 1,000 to 1,500 students are on campus. So it's a much more personal and intimate environment, and that means that people see you. And that's an incredible thing for many people. And it's just a beautiful, peaceful place to study. So I think it's important when you're thinking about an institution. Some people, you are going to thrive in different environments. And I know many of you probably live in big cities, and this is not a big city. But I also think that living somewhere smaller is sometimes really great for focusing and studying and, kind of having that mindset. So the people and the environment, and a real commitment to meeting students where they are and supporting them. That's my favorite thing about railroads. We also have peacocks. Those are pretty funny. Are there exceptions to the English proficiency test? So I sent that list. If you've, earned a credential from one of those countries, that would be an exception. And then if you, for whatever reason, have really awesome English, you can submit a waiver, and those would be the exceptions. Possibilities of getting, like I mentioned, about 25% of our students receive approximately $1,500. We do have some entrance awards that's up to $10,000. We have fewer students and maybe fewer awards, but there's a chance. Can I delay admission? You can apply for a program, and if something happens and you need to defer your admission to a later date, you can do that, and you just have to let us know. When does your scholarship application begin? So for entrance awards, they happen 4 times a year, and you can apply once you are a registered student. So that means you applied, you were given an offer to the program, you accepted the offer, and you paid your tuition deposit. So you can apply at that point and before you start the program. We also have in-course awards, and those are offered also 4 times a year, and they're available to active studying students, and you can apply to them 4 times a year whenever they're offered, and you would get notification about that. Railroads does not have full scholarships. So if you're looking for a full scholarship, sadly, we can't really offer that. That's something maybe offered in your country. You never know. Okay, I think I got all the questions. I will leave my email address here. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. And I hope that everyone's having a great day or evening or morning, wherever you are. And sorry, shameless plug, go Canada in an hour. And yeah, I'll end things there. So thank you so much for attending. We're on time, 30 minutes. Woo-hoo.